Indeed, every incident brings great fear among people. War is terrible. No one sees it as good, nor do people speak well of it. Tragedies always unfold in war, revealing themselves. So there's immense fear. In Mosul and even in Iran, people there also endured great terror.
Fear is forcing people to move before war does. At Iran's western edge, long queues signal a population under pressure. With military threats rising and security forces tightening control at home, civilians are choosing flight over fear. Iraq's Kurdish region is becoming the nearest exit from an increasingly closed country. At the Haji Omran border crossing, fear moves faster than luggage. Iranians line up to enter Iraq's autonomous Kurdistan region, driven by a sense that time is running out back home. The backdrop is a sharp rise in tension. U.S. President Donald Trump's renewed threats of military action against Iran have unsettled an already fragile atmosphere. And inside the country, security has hardened. Streets are patrolled, protests are crushed, and for many Iranians, daily life now comes with an unspoken rule: stay invisible, stay indoors, stay quiet. But fear of conflict is only one layer. Iran's economy is buckling under extreme inflation, shrinking incomes, and constant uncertainty. Basic living costs have surged, while freedoms have shrunk. Most arrivals say they are visiting as tourists, but aid workers and officials on the ground say the reality is clear. This is quiet displacement.
I came to Kurdistan because there's no security in our country. I came here to get a change of scenery. I originally came here on a tourist trip, but since then there's absolutely no sense of safety or security there anymore. Because of the incredibly high cost of living, there's so much inflation and there's simply no security left for us. We're so terribly afraid. I mean, we can't even leave our homes past 6 in the evening. Their soldiers are everywhere, you see.
The people of Iran, who had truly suffered greatly before, but now the impact of this action on Iran is significant, especially concerning the crisis and the high cost of living that have gripped the country. This effort, however, was weak in addressing those issues. Because of this, people quickly turned from Iran towards the Kurdistan region as a refuge, as a peaceful place. Indeed, every incident brings great fear among people. War is terrible. No one sees it as good, nor do people speak well of it. Tragedies always unfold in war, revealing themselves. So there's immense fear. In Mosul and even in Iran, people there also endured great terror.
For Iraq's Kurdistan region, the influx raises humanitarian and logistical questions. For Iran, it is another signal of internal pressure leaking beyond its borders.
Iran's foreign minister is issuing a stark ultimatum to Washington: act now or risk igniting a far wider Middle East war. Abbas Araghchi says the window for a fair nuclear deal is rapidly closing, warning that any turn toward military aggression would unleash consequences disastrous for the entire region. Speaking in a televised interview, Araghchi said he remains confident an agreement with Washington is achievable. However, according to Iran, talks are moving forward only through indirect channels, with friendly regional countries acting as intermediaries. Araghchi stressed that the format of negotiations matters far less than their substance. He made it clear that Iran will only discuss its nuclear program and will not negotiate over missiles or regional alliances. The message from Tehran comes as Washington signals cautious optimism. U.S. President Donald Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One that Iran is talking seriously with the United States. But the president stopped short of ruling out military action. Pressed on whether a strike had been decided, Trump declined to give a clear answer. Instead, he confirmed that powerful American naval assets are moving toward the region. He said he hopes Iran will agree to a deal that Washington finds acceptable.
Sir, on Iran, the Supreme Leader today said that U.S. attack could spark a regional war. Do you have any response to that, sir?
Why wouldn't he say that? Of course you're going to say that, but we have the biggest, most powerful ships in the world over there, very close, a couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right.
Could you give us an update on where your thinking is right now with Iran, if you have made a final decision on what you want to do?
I mean, I certainly can't tell you that, but we do have very big, powerful ships heading in that direction, as you know. I can't tell you, you know.
Okay.
But I hope they negotiate something that's acceptable.
Saudi Arabia's defense minister reportedly said that if the U.S. backs off a strike, that will only embolden Tehran. What's your reaction to that, sir?
Well, some people think that, and some people don't. If you could make a negotiated deal that would be satisfactory with no nuclear weapons, they should do that. But I don't know that they will, but they are talking to us. Seriously talking to us.
The uncertainty has heightened anxiety across the Middle East. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, has now issued a stark warning of his own. He said any war initiated by the United States would immediately turn into a regional conflict. Khamenei warned that threats and shows of military force would not intimidate the Iranian nation.
And as this gentleman also constantly claims, yes, we brought ships and what we've achieved. In my opinion, the Iranian nation shouldn't be scared by these things. The Iranian nation is not affected by such words. It does not fear confronting the truth. We are not the initiators. We do not wish to oppress anyone, nor do we intend to attack any country. However, should anyone harbor greed, attempt to launch an assault, or cause trouble, the Iranian nation will deliver a firm and powerful punch to them. The Americans must also be fully aware of this fact, that if they dare to launch a war this time, this particular conflict will undoubtedly escalate into a regional war.
Khamenei's remarks were echoed by Foreign Minister Irakchi, who said Iran is fully prepared for war if diplomacy collapses. He warned that Iranian forces would target U.S. military bases throughout the region. Irakchi said Iran's missile capabilities have been tested and refined, particularly during and after the 12-day war with Israel in June. He insisted that Washington must not underestimate Iran's ability to respond. At the same time, Tehran says it still prefers diplomacy. Irakchi argued that a deal is possible if the United States lifts sanctions that have crippled Iran's economy for more than a decade. He also demanded firm guarantees recognizing Iran's right to peaceful nuclear enrichment. Without those conditions, he warned, negotiations will fail, and if talks collapse, he said, the consequences would not be limited to Iran or the United States alone.
We still haven't arranged any specific plans for our meeting with the Americans. There's no set schedule or agenda for us to get together with them at this point in time. We're still waiting for things to be finalized, so nothing is confirmed yet regarding our potential encounter. As I mentioned, we are prepared for fair and equitable negotiations. Preliminary steps must first be taken for such negotiations. This includes the format of the discussions, their location, and their subject matter. I had a very productive and extensive conversation today with Mr. Faidan concerning this particular issue, and we will certainly continue these important consultations with our esteemed friends across the entire region. And I am hopeful that we will soon be able to reach a clear and specific framework that can truly guarantee honorable negotiations. America, we have stated this on numerous occasions. I will reiterate this point once again. The Islamic Republic of Iran, just as it is in a state of readiness for negotiations, is also in a state of readiness for war. We are even more prepared now than we were before the 12-day war. And just as we responded with full force to the aggressor forces back then, this time it will be exactly the same. And this time, my personal impression is that it's due to the direct involvement of the United States. Future conflicts will bear a profound and significant difference from past wars, and regrettably, it is quite possible that they will extend far beyond the confines of a mere bilateral engagement. This indeed is the inherent characteristic of the prevailing circumstances we face.
Behind the scenes, regional diplomacy has intensified to prevent escalation. Qatar's prime minister has traveled to Tehran for high-level talks with Iranian officials. Iran says the meetings focused on preserving peace and preventing the region from sliding into war. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has also spoken with Egyptian President. He reiterated that diplomacy remains Iran's priority, but warned that Tehran will not negotiate under threat or coercion. Meanwhile, Irakchi also addressed recent unrest inside Iran. He accused foreign-backed elements of hijacking economic protests and turning them violent. He claimed those disturbances were part of a broader intelligence operation linked to the recent war with Israel. Rejecting claims made by Donald Trump, Irakchi denied Iran planned mass executions of detainees. He insisted there was no plan for hangings and said the rights of all detainees would be protected.